What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy and this is My Planted Paradise. So I know it's been a minute since I've posted a video, and that's just because life has been crazy. Honestly, life has just been crazy lately, and honestly my mental health hasn't been amazing, which has not been fun. I definitely had some neglect to my plants while I wasn't feeling my best, and I don't know, I was just in this mindset that I couldn't get myself out of, and no matter how hard I tried, it just wasn't happening for me. But I'm back, I'm feeling better. Yep, I knew she was gonna do that. Stop, Jojo. Jojo is wanting to rub against my ring light. Jojo. Anyways, I'm back. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm trying to get back on a better routine and a better schedule, doing the things that I really enjoy and that are good for myself mentally. So that's where I'm at right now. We're in full swing on wedding planning. I actually saw today where we are 88 days away from the wedding, which is exciting, but also I'm nowhere near ready. So it's also really stressful at the same time. But anyways, that is just all of that to say hello, hi, welcome to the video. So today I wanted to just show you guys some new plants that I have gotten recently. I guess they're not all necessarily recent, but they're all new to you for sure, and just kind of bought a lot of plants. I don't know, it's probably not a very good thing. I feel like since my mental health wasn't super great, I was just buying plants like crazy, and here we are. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, so let's get started with, I guess we'll start with some of the aroids and the non-Hoyas, and we'll save okay, let's get started with, I think we'll start with like the aroids, the non-Hoyas, and then we'll move on and do the Hoyas last. So I don't know what order or to do these in, so they're not really going to be in an order. Jojo is desperate for attention right now. Anyways, so let's start with this guy. This first one is it's supposed to be an obliqua, maybe Amazonica, but I think they weren't for certain if that was actually a thing or not. So we're just gonna go with obliqua, no ID for now. But here is this guy. Here's this guy. It's already got a new growth point, as you can see right there, and I just have it rooting in some perlite for right now. It came to me, I think it was being water rooted, so it did have some root starts already, but yeah, now I have it rooting up into some perlite, and I'm really excited to watch this guy grow out. And I just purchased this one locally from a local seller who's really awesome and has super amazing prices. So that's the first plant. This next plant looks really sad, but I'm really fairly certain it's just an acclimation issue, and that it's just kind of adjusting to my space. So this is the Variegated Philodendron Domesticum. So it came and it was looking super beautiful. It didn't have any of these like flimsy wilted leaves yet, but I'm guessing this went from an area of super high humidity, probably 90 to 100%. And then when I brought it into my conditions, the old leaves actually just started to melt quite a bit. So it's pretty unfortunate, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. This leaf still looks pretty good. It was already on it when I got it, but if you can see in the middle here, we have this brand new leaf coming out and it looks healthy. And I'm guessing that's because it's gotten to emerge just in my conditions and not having to transfer and acclimate from the conditions of the grower to me. So yeah, I'm excited about him. I got it for a super crazy good price. It's quite ridiculous. Again, this is from that same local seller, and he just has the best plants ever. So that is the second plant. It is a variegated Philodendron Domesticum, looking a little bit sad, but it's on its way to looking a whole lot better. Okay, these next two plants are just some cuttings. They're still rooting up. This first guy is the Monstera Standaliana. I believe this is Elbow, not Aurea. You can see its white variegation on the back of the leaf there. It doesn't have any roots yet. I'm just keeping it in water for now, trying to get it to root up. I don't really see, oh yeah, there is a new growth point, but I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see it right there, just barely poking out. So yeah, I'm really in the mood to grow out some more Monsteras right now. I don't know why, but I'm definitely on a Monstera kick at the moment. So I'm excited to grow this out, and it doesn't have a ton of variegation on the top, but the back it has a decent amount. But yeah, I'm excited to grow this out and have a nice full plant. It was a really great deal and I just couldn't pass it up. So also, I'm really sorry if you can hear Layden doing yard work outside. I would try to wait, but I'd rather film now while he's doing yard work and then we can have dinner later. So the next one is another cutting, and it's another Monstera cutting. This is the Monstera Adansonii, and I believe it is the mint variegated. You can see it down the middle there. It's got some browning at the tip, but I'm not worried about it because again, it came to me as an unrooted cutting. You can see it's starting to root right there, but let's see, new growth point. Again, you can barely see it if you look closely, starting to peek out right there. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm really excited to see what this looks like grown out. I feel like there's really cool variegation potential. I'm not thinking it's gonna be the most variegated, but I think I'm really going to like the color of the variegation, the mintiness to it. So I'm excited to see what happens to this once I grow it out. Now let's do a big one. Let's switch it up to a big one for a second. So this guy right here next to me, this is the Philodendron Jungle Boogie. Now I actually, this looks funny with me right in the middle of this plant. Anyways, so I actually found this Philodendron Jungle Boogie at this size already. Obviously I haven't had it long enough to grow it out to this. I found it at a plant nursery that's fairly local to me. It's not really local. It's called TLC, and I got this one at the TLC Garden Center in Edmond, Oklahoma. So if you're local, I got this one at the Edmond location. Look how huge it is. Like, I saw it and I was really in disbelief. Look how big this leaf is. Like, compare it to my hand. It's so big. So it actually has two growth points in the same pot here. So if I flip it around, you can see there's one new leaf right there, and I can't tell, I don't think that's dead. I think it's just coming in a red color. I've never owned a Jungle Boogie before, so I'm not really sure how the new leaves look when they emerge, but there's one new leaf right there. And then if you look closely, you'll see there's another new leaf right there. Okay, sorry. Layden's coming in and out doing yard work, and I know you can probably hear our alarm talking, but anyways. So yeah, anyways, I'm really excited about this Philodendron Jungle Boogie. I love how big it is. Honestly, I don't think I would have gotten it if it wasn't already large. I'm not really attracted to this plant in its small form, but these big leaves are insanity and I absolutely love it. I'm so obsessed with it and so happy that I found it. Okay, enough about this. We have so many more plants to go, but anyways, That is my new Philodendron Jungle Boogie. Let's go ahead and do this guy. So this, as you probably already know, is the Monstera Elbow. I had never owned a Monstera Elbow until here recently, and I don't know why. Now that I have one, I don't think I could ever not have one again. I love it. So actually my really good friend Kelsey ordered this because it was such an amazing deal, and she was like, hey, you know, I don't really need another elbow, but I bought this because it was a great price, so if you want it, I have it. And I was like, yes, I want it. So I went ahead and got it. When she purchased it, it had these 2 leaves, I'm pretty sure, which are crazy variegated. So gorgeous. Then it pushed out this leaf, not as variegated, but I still love it. I'm obsessed. And then since it's been in my care, it pushed out this new leaf. Again, it's not the most crazily variegated leaf ever, but I'm just not upset about it because I know how they can be kind of problematic if they get too white, and I worry about really big white patches burning and browning. So I'm just enjoying it. I'm letting it do what it wants to do. If it decides it needs to revert, then I would chop it and I would probably be more upset, but I'm okay with small amounts of variegation for now. So yeah, it has great variegation in the petioles. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Yeah, you can see. It's like crazy, so I think it has the potential to put out more variegation like these. I think I just need to give it the right conditions. So yeah, that is her. I did go ahead and put her on a lazy moss pole, or at least my rendition of one, to see if I can go ahead and get it rooting up along the stem. And yeah, I'm just really excited to finally be in the elbow club. It's such a like typical plant that people collect. Usually when you're a houseplant collector, it's like a rite of passage to have an elbow. Vixen, no. No barking. Which, let me tell you, I have been collecting houseplants for a long time, and I just now got an elbow, so that does not actually make you a houseplant collector, I'm just saying. But I'm definitely excited to have one now. So yeah, that is this plant, the Monstera Elbow. I'm so sorry Vixen is crying. She's locked over here with me because they've been having attitudes with each other. If you've watched my channel for a bit, you'll know my 2 girl dogs don't necessarily get along, and they've been giving each other attitude lately, so we're keeping them separated again if we can't be watching them. So that's why she's crying. She's fine, I promise. She just wants to go bark at my fiance doing yard work. The next plant, this is a Philodendron El Choco Red. Honestly, I swore to myself I wasn't going to get another one of these because I had a huge, large El Choco, and it got spider mites, and honestly, I tried battling them at first and they kept coming back and kept giving me problems. So I just gave up and stopped trying. Jojo is attacking the tripod again. Anyways, I gave up on my original El Choco because I just couldn't save it. I tried really hard, and then my pest treatments were just melting all the leaves, and then I think I ended up rotting the stump, and it was just a whole thing. So I had sworn them off for me and my collection, but again, another amazing local plant seller was selling these little El Choco Reds for like $40 or 40 something, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it again because look how gorgeous this leaf is. It is so cute. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves on it, and it is also completely rooted in moss. Usually I don't like to grow plants in moss because I let them dry out, but I'm really not wanting to kill this, so I'm just leaving it for now. And we will cross that bridge when we get to it on when it needs a bigger pot. I think it's still got some time in here. It does definitely have some roots, but it's nothing too crazy. So she's gonna stay in moss for now, and I'm not gonna touch her, and I'm gonna leave her in my cabinet and just pray and cross my fingers, because I really love this plant. They're so gorgeous, especially when you get those nice, beautiful, giant leaves. I just love them. I feel like I'm talking really fast and I'm getting out of breath, but this is my new little cute baby Philodendron El Choco Red. Okay, so these last two I'm really excited about, but there's also an unfortunate story about this first one. So this first one, not this pedatum, this is a variegated pedatum cutting, but it's coming out looking all green, which is awesome. That's either all green or all variegated, but I think it's all green. Anyways, this next one is kind of sad because in my mental health phase I gave this plant root rot and I had to chop it up. It sucks. Okay, it sucks. So this next plant is the Philodendron Polypoideoide. Philodendron Polypoideoides. I'm gonna put the name on the screen and you can tell me how you think it's pronounced. So yeah, this was actually a full plant when I first got it, and then I gave it root rot. I've had this for probably a month now. It was already rooted, and I got this from the same really awesome, amazing friend that got me the elbow. So yeah, I'm really upset, but you know, when your mental health strikes, there's not much you can do about it. You can try to push through it, but I was in a super funk and it just wasn't happening. So I've got this cutting, which is just a one leaf cutting, and I'm trying to, will it focus? There we go. I'm trying to root it in water right now, which I think it's on the verge of pushing out some water roots. And you can see it's got a nice healthy growth point right there. So I have this one leaf cutting of the Polypoideoides, and then I've got the top cutting, which is actually a 3-leaf cutting. So we've got this larger leaf right there. Then there was this leaf, and then since cutting it, it is pushing out this little curly cute new leaf. So I'm guessing this leaf is never going to look completely right because it was cut while it was unfurling, so I don't know how it's gonna look really, but this is what the roots are looking like. It again looks like it's gonna start to root here soon, so plenty of nodes for it to root from, so I'm not really worried about it. But it does still just, I mean, it's never fun giving plants root rot, especially plants you're super excited about, like I am about having my Philodendron Polypoideoides. Is that how you say it? I'm not gonna say it again. But yeah, so I also have, I think I ended up with 3 node cuttings of this as well. So hopefully those will root and grow for me. They're still alive, so that's something, I think, but they don't necessarily have roots or anything yet. But anyways, that is this plant, Philodendron Polypoideoides. Did I say it right? Did I say it right at least once since filming? Probably not. Okay, now I believe, no, I've still got 3 more aroids. Wow, there's way more than I thought. And honestly, this is not all of my new plants. It's just all the new ones I'm showing you today. So this next plant, again, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but maybe not, I don't know. This next plant is the Monstera Sierra. I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen. So again, I got this guy for a stupid amazing price from the same local amazing seller that I got the Variegated Domesticum and all the Monstera cuttings from. So as you can see, this guy is also giving me some like curling and leaf yellowing. But again, I think it is an acclimation thing to my environment because it has put out this new beautiful leaf since being in my care. And it's just stunning. I just love it. So I have this one on the start of a lazy moss pole. It doesn't really necessarily need it yet because it's not very tall, but I thought I would just be proactive and go ahead and get it going. So that is this guy. I will put a picture on the screen here of what a mature Monstera Sierra, there's not another I, but of what it looks like mature. So you guys can see why I'm so excited to grow this plant out. But yeah, that's it for this one for now. Can't wait to grow it out. The second to last aeroid is another large one, and you've already seen it behind me here. This is my Philodendron squamiferum or squamiferum. I found this guy at Lowe's. I know everybody's probably been seeing them already. You've already heard about the crazy large Philodendron squamiferums, but I just still had to show you guys for some appreciation for this squamiferum because look at this leaf. It's bigger than my head. And I have a really big head, so it's huge. The plant came with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, it came with 4 actually different like plants inside of it. I took the smallest one out because it was legitimately 1 leaf and it was about this big. And in comparison to these giant leaves that the rest of the plant has, I didn't really feel the need to keep it potted up with it, so I just took it off. I bet y'all can hear my fiance making noise in the kitchen, so I'll wait. Okay, so yeah, anyways, that is this guy, Philodendron squamiferum. It has the crazy hairy petioles. I know some people will love them and some people will hate them. I think they're cool. I'm not like obsessed with them, but I'm not like freaked out by them either. It's just kind of like, eh, that's pretty cool. Because not all plants look like that, you know? So that's my thoughts on the little crazy squamiferum petioles. But yeah, this guy's pretty decently heavy, so I'm going to stop holding it. But there is that guy, the Philodendron squamiferum or squamiferum, however you'd like it pronounced, is good with me. Okay, the last aeroid has been sitting beside me this whole time and I cannot get the entire plant in frame. This is a giant Philodendron bipennifolium aurea and I am flabbergasted. I love it so much. My friend Jessica is downsizing her plant collection and I bought this off of her and I am absolutely completely in love. I have this new weird goal that I didn't know was really a goal until I'm saying it out loud right now, that I want to collect all of the Philodendron Floridas, Philodendron Pedatums. I'm sure you can hear that leaf blowing. I know you can hear it. we're gonna power through it and I'm so sorry if it's annoying. But anyways, I want to collect all of the Philodendron Floridas, Philodendron Pedatums, and Philodendron bipennifoliums. I think that's all of them. I want to collect all of those forms just because they grow so easily for me, I realized, and they bring me a lot of joy. So anyways, I'm really happy to get this guy added into my collection. It's absolutely ginormous. I can't possibly fit the whole plant in frame. You can see this is actually the top leaf right here, And then right here, it's about to push out a new leaf. And it is just potted down in this clear trash can. So it's a beast. I'll try to put a picture of it so you can kind of tell what it looks like fully on the screen right here for you guys, if I can get a good picture. Honestly, it's so big. I don't even know how. I'd have to do like pan back and show you guys just how big it is. But trust me, it goes off frame up to here, which is a good half a foot up higher. And yeah, it's huge and I'm excited. It does have some burn on some of the leaves. She was showering it off and I think doing like a pest management time, and she accidentally left it in the sun. So the leaves are a bit burnt in some places. I don't know if you can tell over here. But I don't really mind. It's still freaking stunning. And my plan for it is to let it continue to grow up. And I'm going to take bottom cuttings from it because it is rooted like there. This stem goes down into here. So there's like multiple more nodes that are rooted into here. So I think after it reaches the top of the pole it's currently on, I'm going to basically chop it from the bottom so that it can sit lower into the pot and just do cuttings that way until I don't want to do that anymore, and then I'll take top cuttings, I guess. But that is my plan for now. Anyways, I'm going to shut up about this plant. That is the beautiful, stunning, amazing Philodendron bipennifolium aurea. Okay, so my camera battery died, so if the angle changed a little bit, that's why I had to swap out my camera batteries. But now let's go ahead and move into the new Hoyas I've gotten. This first one we believe is the Hoya Vegeta. Now this guy actually was larger than this. I took cuttings from both of these stems because it had two like kind of lanky looking long trailing vines, and I wanted to propagate and make it a fuller pot. So you can see here that it already is pushing out this new vine right here from this stem, and then if you look at the other stem, it's pushing out a new vine right here. So yeah, these leaves are quite large. I really like them. They're really pretty. They come to a nice little narrow point at the top, and they have a nice like subtle splashing to them. So yeah, I'm excited to watch this one grow out. This is what I'm pretty sure is the Hoya Vegeta. This next guy looks a little bit wonky. It's this cutting, and I believe this was the Hoya Chicken Farm X Steakier. So it just has this one leaf, and I've been rooting it in water. As you can see, it doesn't have a ton of roots, but if you look at the bottom there are quite a bit at the bottom. So she's rooting. I could probably pot it up soon, but I just haven't yet. So there's that guy. There's not a whole bunch to say about it because it's just one leaf, but I love these Hoyas. Every time I see them, I was wishing that I had one, and now I have a little cutting of one, and we're gonna grow it out and make it look really nice and full and beautiful in time. This next Hoya, this is the Hoya EPC 1015 Big Leaf. So look at this guy. I love how round these leaves are. They're so cute. They're pretty thick and succulent. I got this one and pretty much almost all of the rest of these Hoyas from one of my really good plant friends. And yeah, this guy is already rooted nice in soil, and there's not a lot I can say about it yet because this is super new. I just got this guy. I picked it up on yesterday. So just yesterday. I've only had this for one day, but I'm excited to grow it out. This next Hoya has been a wishlist Hoya of mine for a really long time now. It doesn't super love me yet, and which is quite unfortunate. It looks like it's started to root, but I think I'm leaving way too much water in the reservoir, so I need to sort that out after this. But this is the Hoya Anjulata. It's so cute. I love how like Jurassic these leaves look. It reminds me of something that would have been around in like the dinosaur age. So I don't know, I really enjoy these leaves. I love the rigid edges, and I think they look really cool if they get kind of sun stressed and the veins become more pronounced. There is a new little growth point right there in the center, if you can see that. But yeah, it's just a little two-leafer for right now. It kind of looks like little bunny ears, which is kind of cute. But yeah, that is the Hoya Anjulata. This next Hoya is the Hoya Vettelina EPC 881 Splash. So here is this guy. You can see it has some nice splash on the leaves and that it is peeing out the bottom. There's that leaf, and then here is another leaf. Just another two-leafer for right now. But I think this is going to grow fairly quickly. Usually I can get Hoyas to grow pretty well because it already is completely rooted, if you can see in the pot there. So I think this will be an easy one to get growing, but I don't know, I'm really excited. I hope I can get more leaves with the splash like this. And again, I love how thick and succulent these leaves are. I think those are my favorite kind of Hoyas. I'm not really a super big fan of the like thin leaf Hoyas. I don't really like the Hoya Bella, and like I'm not a huge fan of like the Polynera. I don't really like thin leaved Hoyas. I like the thick succulent leaf Hoyas, and this definitely fits that bill. So this is the Hoya Vettelina EPC 881 Splash. This next Hoya looks a little bit worse for wear, honestly, but I'm pretty sure it's not rooted at all yet. Yeah, it's not rooted. I might want to reposition it in here. I think I will. It's just coming out. This is the Hoya Weimania round form. Now when these guys are nice and thick and beautiful and sun-stressed, they are such gorgeous Hoyas. I've wanted a Weimania, really just any of the forms, for so long now. So I'm really excited to add this guy to my collection. You can see it doesn't really have roots. It has kind of little starters, but I think I need to get it in this little pot a little bit better, so then maybe it will plump back up and look a little bit better for me. But that is the Hoya Weimania round form. Next Hoya, this is the Hoya Finlay Sonii 317. So I don't really know about all the different Finlay Sonii types, but I know that this one has a lot smaller and more slender, narrow leaves than my other Hoya Finlay Sonii. So I definitely wanted to give it a shot. I love the veination on these leaves. It just gives such a different look than you're used to with a lot of Hoyas, to have these really slender, pointy leaves with really nice veining. I'm just pretty obsessed with it. So I got it in this cute little marble pot, and it has a matching drainage tray, so it's super cute. And also if you look at the top there, you'll see it's starting to form a little peduncle, which is super fun. But if you know me, you'll know I'm not the biggest like Hoya blooms person. I really am a foliage kind of gal. Yeah, so I don't really worry about trying to get my Hoyas to bloom. If they do bloom, it's a nice fun surprise for me, but I love foliage. I want huge, large, lush, full Hoyas with lots of leaves that are just gorgeous and trailing or climbing however they please. But yeah, that is the Hoya Finlay Sonii 317. Two more Hoyas. This next Hoya you'll probably immediately recognize. This is the Hoya Ring Sand Splash. Now, I didn't know for the longest time whether I would want a Hoya Ring Sand or not, but seeing the super dark green with the like lime minty splashy contrast on it, it really hooked me for it. I'm obsessed, and I can't wait to see a nice full pot of this. I think it will just be absolutely stunning and beautiful and wonderful. So I caved and I got this one. Again, it was from my friend Carly, and yeah, I'm so excited about it. Look, it's already rooted really well. It just looks so good. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I watered this yesterday and there's no water left, so it might actually need a bigger pot. It may have just soaked that up super fast, but that is the Hoya Ring Sand Splash. I think it looks so good. I'm so excited to grow it out. Ooh, I love this guy so much. Finally, the last plant and the last Hoya I'm showing you guys today. This is the Hoya Nova Ghost. Now again, this is not one of the Hoyas that I really saw myself wanting a whole lot, but I'm pretty opportunistic. Is that a word? I feel like that's a word, but I'm maybe not saying it right. But anyways, I feel like I take opportunities when it comes to a lot of plants. So if they're plants I've been on the fence about, I don't like hunt them out. I won't pay like exorbitant amounts of money, but when like a friend, my good friend, has one and I'm like, maybe I do want to try it out, then I'll go ahead and take the plunge. And that's exactly what happened with this Hoya Nova Ghost. And honestly, seeing it in person, I'm really glad I did. Look at these leaves. Are you freaking kidding me? And they're nice and thick, like I like in my Hoyas. I think this might end up being a favorite of mine. I've got to see some growth. Growth really just does it in for me and makes me love my plants even more. I feel like everybody's kind of that way. But yeah, that is this guy, the Hoya Nova Ghost. Look at that splashing. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the leaves are so thick and firm. I love them so much. And this is another one that is already rooted up for me. So that is the last plant, the Hoya Nova Ghost. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's been a minute since I posted. Like I said, it was just crazy there. I'm still not gonna be like not busy or anything, but I'm in a better headspace where I don't just come home and immediately just want to get in bed, which is where I was mentally the past couple months. I just didn't have the energy or the mental capacity to do much besides lay in bed. So thankfully I'm coming out of that now, so I will hopefully be posting a whole lot more. I think my next video is either going to be like growth updates, plant updates, or I'm going to do a cactus and succulent haul, because I also got a whole bunch of new cacti and succulents, like a lot, probably 10 or 15 new ones, and I'm really excited about them. If you didn't know that about me, I'd say it goes excuse me, either I think Hoya and then cacti and succulents are tied for my #1 favorite thing to collect. So yeah, that kind of explains why I've gotten so many. And then it'd probably go philodendron, and then recently it's been monstera. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm also going to be picking back up my other channel this week. I have a lot of plans. I want to show more of my wedding planning and kind of the process I'm going through as I'm getting closer and closer to my wedding, and just things like that, more of my daily life. That is going to be over on my other channel, so make sure you're subscribed to that channel as well so you don't miss out any videos over there. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and make sure you're subscribed here for more planty videos. You can also follow my plant Instagram. It is at @OhSoPlantedParadise, and I think that's gonna be it for me today. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope you're having a wonderful time and just feeling really good, and I don't know, I just hope life is going good for you. And I will just talk to you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.